Hi guys, Game Talk here with Pelle. You took the time to watch the game. You were happy that you can watch the game because you cannot always watch the game in Sweden, I believe. And then we lost the game. I mean, Pelle, what's happening here, man?
I mean, of all the games they had to show, I'm not entirely sure that this was the one which I needed to see. So usually I miss these matches, but yeah, this one I actually got to follow, and I think I was happier before the match, to be honest. I was in a better mood.
Yeah, I can understand. Pelle, I mean, I don't know about you, but going into this game, I was very, very positive, actually, coming from the Champions League run. I think as a team, you know, we're doing really well. Everything is very positive. I didn't see this one coming. I also can wrap my head about what just happened. I mean, do you have an explanation for the fact that we lost 2-1?
I mean, I also going into this game, I also was positive. I more or less 90 to 10% of us winning this one. The only thing I was starting to doubt when I started doubting was when I saw that Masroi was injured, and I know that in the past had thrown us off, especially on the right side with the link up between him and Anthony, and you could definitely see this in this game. But I did not believe that they would lead to a loss. Perhaps at the worst end, maybe a slow first half, and yeah, we got to see that. But yeah, man, it went from bad to worse, and that is unexpected. Usually, if it's bad, it's still decent. But
is it like, are we so dependent on the right side? Are we so dependent on Mazraoui? I mean, should this be the reason? Should this be the reason for us for having?
Definitely not. That is definitely not the sole reason. I mean, nothing was working for us today. The dynamics which usually worked between this team, the fast pacing, everything, none of that could be seen here. The right side was in disarray. The left side, I mean, with Blind and Tadic, didn't work at all. So, and our midfield completely in disarray. There was just no creativity. There's just a lack of pushing, just a lack of everything. So I think this was a collective effort today, and it was collective failure from all of the players, of the NAG, of the staff. Yeah, man, it was bad. It was really, really bad to watch. It was painful almost.
Look, on the other side, we have to also look at what AZ did. AZ learned from other teams. They came in sitting back, waiting for their chances, being very organized, of course. And honestly, the teams that are doing this effectively are really having a shot of taking points from us. And, you know, AZ today won even. Is this something that, I mean, I asked also Ajax this before, is this something that, can we solve this issue? Is there a way to play differently to try to, you know, like dismantle these type of teams?
Yeah, the thing is that is the thing, right? Because some people are going to look at my scoring of the NAG later and say I'm not too tough. But I do believe that there is something you need to switch up the tactics in those types of game. The problem is, and we're always talking about depth in our squad, like on the bench, but the problem is we don't have these kind of players who can break this, right? I mean, last season we had Brobbey, we had even to an extent Huntelaar. At this, I don't know we do have those players yet. We maybe to an extent could say that Darami could be used for that, but at this same point, we still haven't found a way to use him. So we have no way of actually switching up our tactics and trying to get around this issue. And that is an issue which I do believe that Ten Hag has to resolve, especially with the upcoming winter transfer window, because this has happened way too often at this point. This is not just this isn't just isolated events anymore. This is a pattern. As you saw, that this team identify it as one of our key difficulties, and they abuse it, and they keep coming, and they at the worst situation win. So
yeah, understood. What's the lesson to be learned here? I mean, you already mentioned it a little bit, but I mean, we have a couple of games to go still. We have the cup game, we have Feyenoord, we have Fortuna Sittard. I mean, we're not there yet. We have to stop losing points, basically. So I think Feyenoord will do the same next week.
Probably. That would not surprise me at all. I mean, the only thing surprising me about this is the fact that would believe that AC and Feyenoord would actually play a little bit more of the games we prefer, you know, the little more pushing, the little more aggressive, the ones where we can actually abuse some of the weaknesses in their defense. But so this actually struck me as very weird. I did not see this as coming. So probably next week Feyenoord might just look at this game as a blueprint to how to beat Ajax, and we haven't found a solution for it. So I'm quite worried.
Yeah. Look, aside from the fact that we didn't play well, I mean, we didn't have any shot on target in the first half, as you mentioned. It was abysmal, basically. The second half, I felt like we were growing into the game. I mean, honestly, the goals that we conceded, the first goal was just lucky. Let's be honest about that.
Yeah,
from the back,
we just unlucky on that one. Yeah,
exactly. We had chances to score. Haller didn't convert the first one, the header. That was a big chance, but still he scored, you know. And then I thought when we scored the 1-1, Ajax basically switched a little bit. We were not sharp, but we were pushing for the 2-1. I thought, honestly, we're not losing this game anymore. And still we lost the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same for me as well. I think everyone on Twitter was saying the same thing. I can't recall who exactly did it, but it was like, everyone was like, this is still a game we can win. You know, when it was a 1-1, you switched up the gears, or actually just put in a gear, and you were doing the things that you, it's like dismantling their defenses, and everything was just coming together. And then you just dropped the ball. Something just happened, and then the second goal came in, and it was basically over from that point. I mean, it was some close encounters after that. I mean, with the offside goal of Schulz. But yeah, it wasn't. I was hopeful. I was, how to say it? I was pessimistically optimist at that point. It was like, it was feeling like something, we can win this.
Yeah,
but that,
despite everything, yeah.
Yeah, despite everything, we can still win this. But that is what breaks your heart. It's the hope that it's the hope that kills you. Yeah, it really is.
Exactly. Look, I just want to ask you one more thing. So about the substitutions of Ten Hag. Do you agree with what he tried to do? Did it make sense to you?
I would probably say no. I mean, at this point, I would probably say just disrespectful to not actually bring in Tagliafico and just open up that the left side of the pitch. I mean, it didn't work there with Blind. It didn't work with Tadic, and I do believe that if you made that substitution, Tagliafico is more of an attack. He can be used more offensively, and I do believe that if we would have done that, there might have been a change. And I also bringing in Klaassen in this situation is a little bit, I don't know. It's a little too optimistic that would change anything. So no, I don't think I actually agreed at all with the substitutions. But at the same time, what you're gonna do, I don't think we have the bench available to actually be able to, you get around these strategies that we just said previously. So yeah, I don't know.
We're having a great season, European, like I said before, in the Eredivisie. Yeah. I mean, we were dominant defensively. We conceded the first time, we conceded 2 goals. We're dropping points, and now we're tied with Feyenoord. And PSV, if they win tonight, they can go 1 point ahead.
Yeah.
If you look, I mean, it's strange, right? I mean, when we knew that these players would stay with Ajax, also the players that we thought they will leave, and we look at the quality, maybe the best quality bench in history of Ajax we were talking about. Isn't it strange that we're still so close and maybe even fighting so hard with these other teams? I mean, if you look at the quality of our players.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe that context have changed with other teams as well. So we can not only look at, I mean, you have to look at yourself and also the other teams and what have changed and what has evolved.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do believe that the fact that we have so many people on the bench might actually be a detriment at the same time. For example, with Tagliafico, we don't have the room for these players, and we don't know how to use their key strengths and how to back up the weaknesses. So at the same time, I do believe that there's been an issue, for example, with the rotation and everything, and we're starting to see that. And I don't think it's a major issue, because I do believe we can overcome it, but man, we really need to do that soon.